Happy Saturday morning, everybody out there. It is a beautiful, as you can see, beautiful Saturday here in South Florida. The weather is nice. The sun is up. It is out. It is hot. It is humid. I just got a quick message that I want to share with y'all real quick. Wasn't even planning on doing a live this morning. Actually, right now, what I should be doing is, y'all see that? I should be foam rolling right now. I just finished a run. I just finished a 7-mile run, but that's what I'm supposed to be doing. But I had to get this message off real quick. I'm going to do this on what's going on, J. Marie. I'm going to do this also. I'm going to do a whiteboard video on this, but this is something that was just on my mind real quick that I wanted to make sure I shared with you all. So, and those of you catch it on replay, just catch the replay. I'll put this video on YouTube as well, but I'm going to do a whiteboard video on this and also a podcast. But something that I do, for those of you who don't know me, I've written a lot of books. One of my books is called the Mental Workbook. And in the Mental Workbook, one of the things that I say in that book is that every night you should take notes on your day every day. And then at night, you also always want to give your subconscious mind something to work on. You want to give it a job to do while you're sleeping, because every night when you're sleeping, your subconscious mind is still working, even though your conscious mind is off. Right? When you're sleeping, you're not thinking about stuff. You're not worrying about your problems, but your subconscious mind is going to go to work on something while you are asleep. So since it's going to go to work on something, don't leave it to random chance. As if you watch a scary movie, or you watch the news, or you're arguing with your significant other, or you read a book, or you're watching TV, whatever you're doing before you go to sleep, your subconscious mind is going to go to work on that. That's what it's going to be, basically marinating on that before you go to sleep. So you might as well take control of it and be intentional and say, all right, subconscious, I want you to do this while I'm sleeping. I want you to work on this, think about this, consider this. So I told myself, like, all right, I told my subconscious, and these are things that I don't even be telling people, but I put this, it's in my book, The Mental Workbook. I told myself, hey, I need to step up my vision, I need to step up my urgency so that I can get more done, I can achieve more. And I knew it wasn't a matter of I need to work harder or put in more hours and stuff like that. Those are the normal ways people try to solve problems, but those are usually not the answer. So today, I'm running, right? So I ran across the Venetian Causeway today. So Venetian Causeway is, y'all can see behind me. So Venetian Causeway, you see that bridge back there? That's the 395, and there's a smaller one. There's a smaller one behind it. So I ran on the Venetian Causeway. And from here all the way across and back is just over 7 miles. And I run this route 100 times. And today, I was trying to get under 7 minutes per mile. That was the goal. Let me get under 7 minutes per mile. So when I got to the halfway point, which is all the way across to Miami Beach, and I'm turning around to come back, I run through there's a park there. I go around the park, and I start to come back. The fatigue started hitting me. The fatigue started hitting me. And at this point in the run, any of you who runs, if you run consistently, you run certain distances. I usually run around the 10K, but on Saturdays I run further. So I like to do more than what the race is going to require. So when I get into the race, it's easy. So a 10K is like 6 1/4. On Saturdays, I usually run 7 1/4. So if I could do 7 1/4, and 6 1/4 is easy, right? So I get halfway. So halfway is like exactly 3.5 miles, and I start to come back. So I'm getting there 4 miles, and the fatigue start hitting me. And I could feel it in my chest, I could feel it in my body, and my mind starts saying to me, all right, maybe I could slow down and walk, maybe a little bit, maybe I'll walk like a 1/4 mile for a minute or so, get my breath back, then I'll start running again. I wasn't going to stop and run, but I would walk a little bit and then run, and I never like to stop and walk during the run. The thing is, I've been pushing myself really hard today. I was at a really fast pace. I'm at like 7 minutes per mile at this point, and my goal, one of my goals this month was to get under 7 minutes per mile twice in 1 week. I did it on Thursday, and I was about to do it again. Well, I was close to doing it again today. I was at about 7 minutes, but that fatigue was hitting me, and it's Saturday, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. And my body, my mind was telling me, not my body, my mind was telling me, all right, maybe you should take a little bit of a rest. And my body was telling me to, and I was thinking about it. Maybe I should slow down. And I said, nah, let me just decelerate. Let me just see if I can just ease up on how hard I'm pushing myself, and I'll just keep it going, and let's see if I can make it. So I started doing that. I decelerated a little bit, or at least I felt like I decelerated, slowed down a bit. Now, any of you who's ever done any running, you know that if you try to push yourself and you're pushing hard, like any kind of distance run, anything, let's say 10K and up, and you push, oftentimes it actually makes you slower. And when you relax, your muscles are not tense, you just relax yourself, you actually go faster. So when I told myself I was going to decelerate and relax, I felt like I wasn't trying as hard, but I'm looking at my watch, I was actually running faster. believe it or not. Ironically, that's how it worked out. So when I saw that, I'm like, all right, I don't even feel like I'm pushing anymore. Let me just keep going. So if I could just stay at this pace and I could just kind of cruise, I felt like I was cruising. So I cruised through like mile 4 and I get to about mile 5. Now, again, any of you who runs, you know the certain points in the run where you're like, all right, this is the hard part. This is like that third day that I talk about, or this is the period where you have to like you can push because you know it's only a little bit left. So when I get to about mile 5 1/4, I know I only got 2 miles left. That's when I know I can push. I'm like, all right, I can make it the rest of the way. But that between mile 3 1/2 and mile 5 1/4, that's the hard part. That's the third day. So boom, I'm pushing, and I get to about mile 5, and I'm like, all right, I can do these last 2. And I cruise through it, and then I start pushing when I get to about mile 6. Now I know I got a mile left. Now I'm actually trying hard. I'm pushing myself, pushing. I get all the way through, run all the way back around, and I wanted to get under 7 minutes. I wasn't sure I would, and I ended up hitting under 7 minutes. And I wasn't even angling to do it today. I was probably going to try to do it on a Tuesday because that's a shorter run. It's only like 6 miles. But I ended up doing it today. And the point is this. Here's the point. And I told you all that story to tell you this. That in life, you're going to hit these points where the fatigue is hitting you. You're tired. You don't feel like it. Things are not going the way that you want them to go. You're not getting the kind of results that you want to get. You're looking into you're projecting out where your future is taking you or where your immediate situation is taking you, and it's not looking all that great. And it's in these moments when usually we ease up, we slow down, we get these negative thoughts in our head, we get into this low vibration energy state. And when we get into that low vibration energy state, what it does is it kills all of our initiative, it kills our ideas, it quiets our subconscious mind, it allows our conscious mind the thoughts about how things are not going, it allows those thoughts to start dominating us, and our vibration just gets lower and lower and lower, and then we stay in that low vibration. And the problem is when you're in a low vibration state, you don't have initiative, you don't get ideas, you don't have the energy, you don't have the spark that can overcome the situations and the circumstances that are in front of you. People who are high achievers and who stay at the high achievement level, you name anybody that you know, whether it's a person you know personally, whether it's you, whether it's your favorite ball player or entrepreneur or athlete or whatever, the thing that makes the highest performers different is that we can get to and stay at that high level of vibration, and we stay there permanently. It's a normal way of being to be at a high level of vibration. That's why we're able to achieve. It's not because they're smarter or they work harder, or it's not because of the resources that they have. It's often when we're talking about how, well, I don't have money, or I don't have time, or I don't know people, or I don't have connections, or I'm from this neighborhood, or things like that. You know what those thoughts are? Those are low frequency thoughts. Those are low vibration thoughts. When you're in that state and you start to voice those things and you give energy to those kind of thoughts, all you're doing is lessening the chances that you'll ever be able to overcome your situation. Your job, and this is when everything changes in life, is when you understand this logically, and then you're able to apply it because you understand it emotionally, and you start applying in your life. I'm going to get to that. You get to that high vibration level, you know, that level that some of y'all might call being in the zone. And it's something that I realize I always can hit this level when I'm working out because I'm an athlete. So when you're working out, you're moving your body, your physiology is working with your psychology. Right? So the way that you think, I can tell you all these things right now, you're listening to me and it makes sense to you, you're understanding it logically. You see, you won't understand something emotionally until you put it into motion. That's what emotion means, right? Emotion is energy in motion. That's why you have to put a physical action to getting into this high vibration. You can't get into a high vibration just sitting down in a chair reading a book, or if you're sitting at your kitchen table right now, listen to me talk on Instagram. You can't get into a high vibration just sitting there thinking about stuff. It's impossible. Did everybody hear what I just said? You cannot get to it. You cannot get into a high level of vibration by sitting and thinking about things. To get to a high vibration, you must include energy in motion, also known as emotion. That's what emotion means. Putting your energy into motion. That means literally you must move your body and take action. That is how you get into a high vibration. And then when you get into that high vibration level, staying there mentally. And here's the big part. You have to have a process. You need to have a process and a strategy for doing this over and over and over and over again, a routine, so that you can get into it on a day-to-day basis. The highest level performers out there, they can get into this level of high vibration over and over and over again. They do it on call That's why they perform at such a high level. Not because of their intelligence or their resources or their money or any of the other stuff that our conscious minds try to tell us are holding us back. No, it's because they're at a high level of vibration. So it doesn't matter what resources they have or they don't have. Their mental and emotional resource overcomes the circumstance that is in front of them. If any of you ever listen to anybody who does any kind of motivational speakers or spiritual uplifters, I don't care if it's Napoleon Hill, Tony Robbins, myself, and the millions of other people who talk about mindset that are out here, all of them are saying, we're all saying the same thing. We just say it in different ways. When you can get to this level of high vibration and stay there, all of a sudden you have the kind of power that allows you to do whatever you want to do. And all of you have felt this before in your life. You've been in this space where you get to this energy and your circumstances might not have even changed that much, but what changed is the way that you're looking at things. Your focus has changed. Your vibration is very high. Your energy's up. Your energy is in motion. Your emotion is hitting in the way that you needed to hit. All of a sudden, all the things that you know you need to do, now you got the energy to do. All of a sudden, you get all these ideas to solve your biggest problems. All of a sudden, this thing that seemed like an insurmountable issue 10 minutes ago when you were in a low vibration, now you got all these ideas on how you can solve the problem because you're in a high vibration. The only thing that changed is you change your level of frequency. And the level of frequency changes again. You logically have to understand it, but you must put your energy into motion. And again, I can explain this because I just came from running. I just ran 7 miles and I hit my numbers and my energy was good because there's a strategy. I have a strategy of working out all the time, which puts me in a high level frequency. The thing is, I don't work out 24 hours a day, and neither do you. So here's the challenge for you is you need to come up with a strategy and a process for getting yourself into this high frequency vibration on call and staying there. So even if you work in an office all day, even if you're an author and you're sitting at a desk, even if you do some kind of job where you're not physically moving around that much, how do you get yourself to this frequency and maintain that frequency? When you can do that, that's when everything's going to change in your life. Not when you make more money, not when you get a certain job, not when you move to a different neighborhood, not when the kids go to school, not when, what's another problem that you got? When that problem is not, none of those things is going to change everything in your life. What's going to change everything, and this can happen, you can do this today. I'm not talking, this is not 6 months. Everything changes when you figure out how you can get yourself into a high frequency vibration and stay there consistently. And when you can get there whenever you feel like it. When you can do that, all of a sudden, your whole approach to your whole life is going to change. It does not matter what the outside circumstances are. They can still be exactly the same. You can have some messed up circumstances right now in your life. You get to a high frequency, all of a sudden your life's going to be different because your energy changed. Energy is everything, folks. It is 85% of the job in life. It is not information. It is not access. It is not money. It is not politics. It's not connections. It's none of that stuff. Anytime you're saying one of those is the thing that's keeping you from getting to where you're going, I'm telling you, I'm not even going to say that it's an excuse. What it is you in a low frequency vibration. That's why you're thinking these things are keeping me from getting to where I want to get to. When you get to the high vibration, all of a sudden you can have the exact same problems, but now you got all these ideas. Now you have all these different ways of approaching it. So anyway, as I said, I didn't want this to be too long. I'm supposed to be foam rolling right now. That's what I'm about to start doing. I am going to do a whiteboard video on this so y'all can see this visually. And I'm probably going to do a podcast episode on this exact same point as well. Not probably, I'm definitely going to do a podcast on this so y'all can understand this as well. I wasn't even planning on doing a live stream today, but I thought about this when I finished my run. And I said, I got to share this because people really need to understand this. So hopefully y'all got this. Hopefully y'all got the message and this made sense to you. Because I'm really just saying these things off the top as I'm thinking about it. If response hearability was going on, appreciate you. Thank you. Bryce Man Artist, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing good. Slav, I appreciate the badge. Slav Specific, thank you for the badge. Bees Black Honey, what's going on? All right, everybody. So, like I said, I'm supposed to be doing this right now. Y'all see that foam rolling, this yoga mat. That's let me get back to my responsibilities. Then I'm gonna get to the jacuzzi, and I got my mastermind call in a couple of hours. So, y'all have a great Saturday. Work on your game. We out of here.